Out in Fargo, our weather cam shows mostly cloudy skies leading to filtered sunshine, but a pretty quiet evening ahead of us with just a couple of breezes. Temperature-wise, most of our region is looking pretty good. Got a temperature of 66 in Oak, 62 in Jamestown. Even down to the international border, we're in the 30s to low 40s, around average for this time of year. For tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the 40s across most of our region, except for those low 30s out in the Devils Lake Basin, like 30 in Langdon, 33 in Devils Lake versus 49 in Wahpeton. And for tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will be much warmer still, getting into the 60s, like 67 in Fargo. For context, the daily record high for March 14th is 68 degrees. So if we get just 1 degree higher, we'd actually tie that daily record high. However, we do have those first little weather days that will come following those temperatures. Basically, Friday evening, we see rain, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms. Overnight, that rain turns into mix and ice as cold air filters back into a region. And then by Saturday morning, that freezing rain is turning into snow. And all that's coming from this dynamic low pressure system that is in the Rockies. That's going to become a Colorado low and bring that cold air and moisture our way. Let's time that out here. We start with rain Friday evening. Some light rain, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms as we head into late Friday evening. Around 2 a.m., that rain is concentrated in Lakes Country. And meanwhile, any moisture in the Red River Valley starts turning into freezing rain as cold air filters in from the northwest down into our region. By early morning Saturday, that any leftover rain has fully turned into freezing rain in the Red River Valley, and then it's starting to turn into snow by late morning on Saturday. So basically, overnight into early morning Saturday, we end up with freezing rain. And then by the later morning hours, that freezing rain is turning into snow in the Red River Valley. Thereafter, that snow continues in northwest Minnesota as we head into Saturday afternoon. It's not until late evening Saturday that the snow finally moves out of our region. Regarding exact icing totals, there is some uncertainty. The American model suggesting less icing in northwest Minnesota compared to the European model, but both models generally agree that northwest Minnesota will be particularly impacted by icing potential. Similar situation with snow totals. Both the European and American models suggest that the heaviest snow will be along a band that impacts parts of the Red River Valley and northwest Minnesota. And all that's important because at the same time we're seeing that snow, we end up seeing strong winds. So Saturday morning, we see gusts in the 45 to 55 mile per hour range. That'll be the time for those strongest wind gusts in the southern half of our region. And then as we head into Saturday afternoon, the winds do die down a bit, but gusts will still be in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range. It's not until late evening Saturday that gusts dip below 30 miles per hour, ending that blowing snow threat. Because of the potential for those strong winds, we have high wind watches in effect for much of eastern North Dakota and winter storm watches in effect for the rest of our region up until Saturday night. So in other words, looking at an impactful next couple of days. Keep the VNL weather app on standby. In the meantime, we transition into the 30s next week. So St. Patrick's Day looking okay.
Yeah. Joseph, thank you. Parents, stay tuned. Up next, we have some ways to keep the kids at home entertained without the phone.